Lady Jane Grey, the 9 Days Queen, was never meant to wear the crown. A quiet, scholarly teenager with a passion for Greek philosophy, she was used as a pawn in a dangerous game of Tudor politics. When King Edward VI died, she was named his successor, but her reign lasted just 9 days before Mary I seized the throne. Jane was imprisoned in the Tower of London, where she walked the battlements, reciting scripture, knowing her end was near. At only 16, she was executed for treason, still holding her Bible. England crowned her, only to erase her. Prince Octavius, the youngest son of King George III, died before his 5th birthday, but his memory haunted the king for decades. A sweet, golden-haired child with a gentle nature, Octavius died suddenly of smallpox. The king, devastated, whispered to courtiers that there will be no heaven without Octavius. Later, during his bouts of madness, George III would speak to his lost son as if he were still by his side. Though history barely remembers Octavius, his ghost lingered in the heart of a monarch forever broken. Before Queen Victoria, there was Princess Charlotte of Wales, the heir to the throne who defied every rule. Spirited, bold, and headstrong, she once broke off an arranged marriage and married for love instead. Had she lived, the monarchy would have followed a different path. But at 21, after a long and tragic childbirth, she and her son died. The nation went into deep mourning. Black drapes hung in every window. But what few know, Charlotte secretly read tales of female pirates and adventurers and dreamed of freedom far from the crown. Her letters still whisper, she never wanted to rule, she wanted to sail. Prince John, the youngest son of King George V, was hidden from the world. Afflicted with severe epilepsy and autism, he was kept at a distant estate under care, rarely mentioned in public. Newspapers were told he was delicate. His siblings barely visited. But in letters, his nanny wrote of a sweet boy who loved birds and drawing. When he died at 13, the royal family spoke little of him. His photographs were removed. For decades, few even knew he existed. Yet his story echoes a time when disability was hidden behind palace walls. Anne of Denmark, wife of King James I, was more than a consort. She was a patron of the arts, a builder of palaces, and a quiet force behind the throne. Yet history has nearly erased her name. She introduced masks to court life, supported playwrights like Ben Jonson, and designed parts of Greenwich Palace. Her tastes shaped the Stuart aesthetic, but her Danish roots and refusal to convert to Anglicanism made her an outsider. When she died, she was buried in Westminster Abbey, without fanfare. No statue, no monument, just silence. Prince George, Duke of Kent, handsome, dashing, and mysterious, lived a life double-shrouded in secrecy. Brother to Edward VIII and George VI, he was rumored to have secret affairs with both men and women, including Noel Coward. But beyond court scandal, George served in World War II and tragically died in a mysterious plane crash in 1942. Official reports were vague, and whispers of sabotage persist to this day. The royal who never wanted the throne may have known secrets too dangerous for wartime Britain. Once married to the future George I of Britain, Sophia Dorothea was imprisoned in a castle for 30 years. Accused of adultery, though her husband was unfaithful too, she was banished to Alden House in Germany, never to see her children again. Her crime? Love letters exchanged with a Swedish count. She died behind stone walls, her name erased from royal memory. But every year, villagers near the castle say they hear piano music in the dead of night, her lonely tune echoing through centuries. History remembers Edward VIII for abdicating for love, but few know he despised the crown long before Wallis Simpson. In private letters, he called royal duty a gilded cage. He mocked the rituals, loathed the press, and once said, "Being king is worse than being in prison." His love for Wallis may have been genuine, but it was also an escape. After abdication, he wandered Europe, disillusioned and aimless. In exile, he once whispered, "I was born into a golden prison, and I broke free." Princess Margaret, glamorous, defiant, and tragic. Her love for Group Captain Peter Townsend scandalized the monarchy. Forbidden to marry him, she chose duty, but it broke her. She turned to parties, cigarettes, and fading lights. Tabloids loved her beauty and her rebellion, but beneath the diamonds was a woman who longed for freedom. In later years, she watched as Charles and Diana divorced, as modern royals married for love. History had moved on, but she never could. Richard III, reviled in Shakespeare, slain in battle and lost to time. For over 500 years, no one knew where his body lay. Then in 2012, under a car park in Leicester, archaeologists uncovered a twisted skeleton with a curved spine and battle wounds. DNA confirmed it was the last Plantagenet king, a monarch buried without ceremony beneath concrete. In 2015, he was reburied with honor, and so the king history damned finally came home.